And Daire is going to present us the ABC from Amsterdam.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the 5th floor of our Zoom Amsterdam office for your very own Zoom experience tour, hosted on behalf of Naotech and DTEN. My name is Daire, and I'm a Zoom Rooms account executive here. This morning, we're going to showcase a lot of the different technologies that Zoom and DTEN have been working on to give you some ideas and maybe take back to your own offices. The first part of today's tour that we're going to show is our receptionist area. Now, what you'll probably notice is we don't have a physical person standing at this receptionist. Instead, what we have done are deploy these virtual kiosks. This one is from DTEN. It's a DTEN Me Pro. From this, what I have is the option to call receptionist and also workspace reservation, which we will touch on later. But we're just going to click into the receptionist option, and you'll notice we have 6 different buttons that we can call program with whatever we like. But for now, we'll call our receptionist and let them know we have visitors.
Hello.
Mervy, hi. We have visitors visiting from Naotech and DTEN. Can you let us in, please?
Sure, I will let you in. Welcome to Zoom.
Amazing, thanks. There you go. You just seen how easy it was for me to come into the office, click into the receptionist and call them to let them know that we have visitors and go about our day. Next thing we want to showcase is the workspace reservation option. And to do that, we are going to show this on a larger device. Again, from DTEN, it's a DTEN D7 55-inch. From this is an all-in-one device. So we have a touchscreen, camera, microphone, speaker, all built into this device. Again, you can see the same options. We have reception, we have workspace reservation as well. Now we want to click into workspace reservation and reserve a place to work for the day. You'll notice there's obviously rooms booked out which are appearing in red. Rooms that are available to me will therefore appear in green. So to book a desk, I simply just click on the desk option. From the toggle, I can decide what times I'm going to be in the office and click next. You'll notice there's 2 options, so we can reserve it by scanning a QR code or also reserve it via email. But because I'm in the office, what I'm going to do is take out my phone and clicking into the Zoom app, I can easily scan this QR code. You'll notice there's a green tick, which means that I've reserved it, but I just simply click reserve and reservation successful. Now, if you follow me then over to the desk, which I booked, again, you'll notice we have a DTEN Me Pro sitting at this desk. You'll notice it's now in red. This desk has been reserved by me. From this device, again, all-in-one included in this. It's a touchscreen device. We have the camera, microphone, and speaker all built in. But in order for me to check into this desk, all I need to do again is simply scan this QR code. You'll notice again a green tick. I click check in and done. You'll then see a PIN code appear, which is a really good option of giving you a little bit of added security if you want to maybe drop down to the canteen or go and meet a client. But for today's tour, we will set this up later. You'll notice the user interface, again, is very familiar to every other product that you'll see. We have the ability to join new meetings, join an existing meeting. If you have Zoom Phone, you can also make a Zoom phone call from this. And again, whiteboarding is also an option. Just showcasing how easily the DTEN supports Zoom's features. What we're going to do though is check out of this, and what we will meet you then in the next part of today's tour, which will be a traditional type of classroom and training room from DTEN. Okay, so next up we're going to take you into our hybrid training room. Now if you notice this room, it's set up as you would imagine for virtual and also on-site employees to come in and get to training and working. Traditionally, rooms like this, you would require microphones on the ceiling, maybe cameras set throughout the room, and speakers also placed in different locations. Instead, our partners at DTEN have worked with us to really simplify this experience. So we're showcasing here another our DTEN D7 device, 75-inch this time. Again, we're going to showcase how easy it is to join a meeting and demonstrate the quality of this device. So as I start to walk back from this device, what you'll notice is this room's quite big. So I'm about 12 meters now back from this device. I haven't raised my voice. I haven't changed the volume of what I'm saying. Again, it should easily pick up everything that I'm saying pretty easily. And again, giving you that same good quality. If I was in a room like this and I was presenting, I'm able to walk about each individual at each desk. The people sitting at home is getting the same experience and feeling included in this meeting too. But from this device, you might also want to start doing whiteboarding sessions with your class so people inside the classroom can see, as well as people sitting at home can see as well. Again, this is included with Zoom, and you're able to use it on a touchscreen device like this from DTEN. But if you want to start jotting down ideas, maybe say hello to your lovely audience, you can see how easy that is to do. We're just going to end the meeting for now. Perfect. So now that brings us to the end of this webinar. We want to thank you so much for joining us this morning. We hope it was useful. We also want to take this opportunity to thank our friends at Naotech as well as DTEN. We want to just pass it over if there's any questions from anybody in the audience. Again, we want to make sure that we're answering any questions or queries that you may have. So I'll hand it back over to our team at Naotech for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Daire. That was very nice from you. Super demo from your EBC in Amsterdam. And I would like to ask you, what, in your opinion, what are the main benefit of Zoom Room in an enterprise?
Yeah, you've probably seen it there. Like, one of the things that we really want to highlight, and especially with DTEN products, and you can see it from that webinar and the tour itself, is just the usability and how easy it is to get into a room, start using Zoom rooms with the pieces of hardware that you have. I think especially for enterprises, as more and more employees start to come back, the last thing that they want to do is make it hard for employees to get into a room and start using it and add to that complication. But you've seen how easy it was for me to just walk into a room and instantly start meeting, essentially. But we also, obviously, you've seen how easy we work with DTEN for some of our other new solutions, like workspace reservation. A lot of clients want to give their employees a way of booking and reserving desks. As an employee, you want to be able to see a space in an office and make sure that it's easily done. From the DTEN D7, you're able to easily see that floor plan, come in, select a desk, and really get to working and reserve it super easily, so that you know that that desk is going to be there for you for that day. So there's a lot of different I suppose benefits to using Zoom rooms, whether it just be for the traditional conference rooms and spaces, or whether you're looking at other solutions like the likes of your whiteboard or your workspace reservation. And we're really seeing that a lot of our enterprise clients are loving it. And again, when you're working with the likes of DTEN's hardware, it just really simplifies that process and makes it easy for your employees.
Yeah, absolutely, Daire. This is really spot on. I can relate that for many years, starting a meeting in a meeting room was really challenging. And with Zoom Room, really, it's the modern way of building a room. And the software is just with one software, Zoom Room, you can really manage all your need in the room. And the benefit of having a hardware that's so synchronized with the software solution make really a breaking point in the solution. And we really share this thought.
Exactly.
Thank you very much, Daire. So now we have Doug with us, and he's gonna present us about DTEN, and Doug is general manager for EMEA at DTEN. I'm working with Doug for several years now, and really DTEN is impressive. And Doug, I let you start the presentation.
Sure. Well, first of all, thanks for having us on, Olivier. It's great to be here. And maybe just to kind of recap on what you said, we're we're relatively new in the hardware space, so just 7 years old, but you know, we came into EMEA 2019, and we really started working with the Naotech team right from the start. You know, I think the thing that's great working with, you know, Zoom DTEN and Naotech is Naotech have been there from the start with Zoom, and they've kind of been there from the start with excuse me, with DTEN as well. So really understanding, you know, the platform, the solutions in detail. So, you know, it's a really important partnership for us, and I think for customers and you know, customers in Israel, it's just really, you know, a great safe pair of hands who really understand the solution. So just giving you a bit more background on DTEN. I'm just checking for this moving. There we go. So, and like I said, relatively new. I think that, you know, Daire did a great demo there, and I think he summarized some of the key reasons. And I really want to get across why it's different. And it's, you know, from the outset, DTEN got together with Zoom, and Zoom had really removed friction within video conferencing, making sure it just works every time. And really, our CEOs got together to try and do that for the hardware side. So even today, we still see a lot of complexity, cables, devices, which make it not only hard to use for the end user and a poor user experience, but also difficult, harder to install, harder to manage, and very inflexible. So we tried to really rip that up and really focused on making solutions that are all in one. So as you saw on the screen, that truly is all in one power cable and an Ethernet if you also want to plug it in as well, but that's it. So no cables to unplug, and making sure you've got really high quality audio and video solutions with everything inside it that is easy, not just easy to use and a great experience for the end user, but also great for IT and facilities, easy to install, but also easy to manage and support. So that's really what we're about. We've, you know, Zoom are an investor, so our teams at DTEN are a short distance away in San Jose, California. So they really work together. So on the next slide, I'm just going to show you why that's important. I need to click this one more time. There we go. So in terms of why that's important to our customers is because that close-knit development and design and technology teams that work together with Zoom, what it means is, you know, you're going to get a Zoom certified device, but also that it's just going to work hand in hand with the platform. Also, as you can see, Zoom's got an incredible platform with new features that are being released, you know, on a regular basis. And, you know, workspace reservations, smart gallery, all these new features that come out on Zoom, what that means is that you know that DTEN devices are going to leverage that technology and make it available to you. So that close-knit relationship between Zoom and DTEN is key to making sure you can focus on what you're doing in meeting, knowing that you're going to get the best from your technology. And those centralized remote updates mean that your technology keeps getting better as the platform keeps giving you more features. So just to summarize, all-in-one, really, really important, runs through everything we do. High quality audio, visual, intuitive, and a great design. A lot of companies love us because you can see the way the devices look. They're very slimline, they're lighter, they're easier to move around. And it's we're really known for the quality of the touch, capacitive touch on the devices. And it's the AI technology with the cameras and the microphones that works in line with the Zoom technology that really gives you the best experience. And meeting equity is a big topic at the moment. And what that means is, you know, using our devices, it gives you the ability to, not just the camera technology, but the audio technology means that even if you're in the room or you're remote, everyone is going to get an equal seat at the table in terms of how you position on a camera, but also so you can be heard clearly in a meeting. And then finally, I just wanted to run through our suite of solutions. So you saw the D7 is kind of the flagship solution. So Daire showed it in a training room and in a shared space there. Probably the biggest applications actually are huddle spaces, small and medium-sized meeting rooms as well. Very, very popular in a hybrid office environment. The on is the Android version of that solution. And in a moment, you're going to see the Go Mate. So it's our only solution that doesn't include the screen. So I call it an all-in-one without this display. So if you want to leverage an existing display, Romain is going to show you that in just a moment. The Me and the Me Pro is the 27-inch personal size solution. So very versatile, as you saw there, with workspace reservations, used in kiosks, workspace reservations, as a personal device, great for hot desking, and used as a second screen, also as a home device. And the DTEN Onboard, this is a new product. This can be paired with any Zoom room. So with your Zoom room, you have companion whiteboard functionality. Now, there's lots of rooms out there. If you want to have a true hybrid office, using a flip chart or a whiteboard is not going to enable your remote participants to really get engaged. So this is designed to work with the new Zoom whiteboard, which is a cloud-based whiteboard, which means that you can collaboration, not just video enable your room, but collaboration enable any workspace, and it just bolts on in companion mode into Zoom, so it just works. And finally, at the bottom, you have the Mate controller. That's relatively new as a standalone device. So again, you'll see that in just a moment with Romain. This can be used as a controller in Zoom Room controller mode or Zoom Room scheduler mode as a scheduler device outside the office. The thing that's unique about the controller and the Wi-Fi mode is that you can actually pick it up, move around the room and control from anywhere in the meeting room and just replace it at the end of the meeting. So I'm going to stop there before I'll hand back to Olivier.
Okay. So thank you very much, Doug. Yes, absolutely. DTEN, you know, when I first discovered DTEN several years ago, I really thought to myself, okay, it's the results of the DTEN is much more than just the assembly of each item of the unit. So it's and you feel this when you are in a meeting and when the peace of mind that you get with the products, having the whole solution in one is completely optimized, and so I think it's a really a great solution. So now we have Romain with us. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, Romain.
Hello, Olivier.
So we have, so Romain, I think you're here to present us and show us the Go Mate.
Yes.
It's a very unique product, in my opinion, and there is like no others in the market. But I'll let you do it.
So the Go Mate, first there is the Go. So the Go is a bar you can put up on any existing screen. So I've got one just behind me connected to a standard TV screen. It comes with a 1080p camera with 12 mics, which can pick up to 10 meters. You've got 2 HDMI outputs. So you can put up to 2 screens, one for the video and one for the contents. And you've got the Mate coming with the Go. So that's why we call it the Go Mate. So the Mate is the remote to control it. And you will have the one-click to join meeting. You will be able to annotate content. So anything, PowerPoint, Excel, whatever you want to annotate. And you even have the whiteboard functionality. So if I write on my Mate, you can see on the screen behind what I write on the Mate. So basically, I turn my screen, my standard TV screen, into an interactive screen with the Mate. And you even have your USB cable to connect to any type of meeting. So if you receive an invite, for a Teams meeting, a Google, a Pexip, whatever, you will be able to join with BYOD functionality. So now I'm going to connect with the Go Mate to show you the quality. So pretty easy, just, as I said, one click to join. So I'm back with the Go Mate. So now you can experience the quality of the 1080p camera of the 12 mics, which can pick up to 10 meters. So I go at the end of my room. It's not a big room, so I can go 5 meters away from the Go, and I think you can still hear me clearly. And I can, with the remotes that I carry with me because it's a Wi-Fi, I can do the whiteboarding, and you can see, you know, what I write on the Mate into the meeting. And the Mate is a product you can buy as a standalone, and you can use it as a Zoom room controller or as a scheduler, you know, for the meeting room. And I think it's pretty, and it's time for question now.
Okay, well, Romain, that's really interesting. This DTEN Go Mate, and so we will open in a moment. We will open to more questions, but I'm thinking this is the first product that DTEN is offering that is not a screen. Okay, and so how do you what is the what are the main customers for this? What are the main vertical for this unit?
It could be, you know, any type of customers. Basically, some customers already have, you know, rooms with a legacy endpoint, and they move to Zoom, and instead, you know, to swap everything, they can just swap the old Poly or Cisco endpoint and put the Go Mate. I've got a customer in France who bought me 300 units, so Sanofi, as you know, Olivier. So that was quite a nice deal. And you know, also the price-wise, I think there is any product like that on the market, you know, which touch on annotation on everything at that price. I think nothing can reach the Go Mate.
Wow, yes, it's very unique. I think the capability of writing on the pad, on the controller, and being to see on the screen, there is no other products in the market that can provide that. So this is really cool.
With the BYOD.
And absolutely also with
so everything is embedded.
Yes. Okay, so now I think we can take few questions, and we can open. So yeah, so we have a question about the DTEN actually, and what other platform can connect to the DTEN? So can we maybe there is a specific question about Microsoft Teams. Okay, so we understand that there is not only Zoom in the market. Some companies are using Teams as well. So maybe would you like Doug or Daire would like to take a question?
I'm happy to take that one. Yeah, so the great thing about using Zoom rooms is, you know, the ease of use for the end user, right? So the minute you start looking at multi-platform, you bring in a level of complexity. So great thing about the Zoom rooms interface is that you have guest join. So if you want to join a Microsoft Teams meeting, actually, if you also want to join WebEx or pretty much any other SIP-based platform, you can actually invite your Zoom room, and you can have a one-click join straight from the Zoom interface. So again, that's in terms of the easiest experience, that's a really great way. Daire may in a moment have an update, but I know in the press the last couple of weeks that, you know, there's going to be a similar interface that exists for Microsoft Teams that's coming with Google as well.
Yep.
Wow.
So I think that's coming, and then just from on the DTEN side, so the Go Mate and the Me Pro, they both actually come with the we call it Smart Connect. It's our version of BYOD, or Bring Your Own Meeting, which allows you to cable in and use the cameras, mics, speakers, but also the touch on the device as well. and our next gen of devices that are coming will also support that on the larger screens as well. And we have also announced that we continue to work with Zoom, but we also will have certification on Teams in the future, and that's been really important for our Zoom customers, because a lot of Zoom customers, like you say, sometimes also have some users on Microsoft as well, right? So they kind of work in tandem. So what that does, it just really kind of complements the whole approach. Just again, focused on making it as easy as possible to manage those situations. But Daire, you may have a comment regarding the Google piece, because that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that is. And that's kind of another Zoomtopia plug maybe for us as well, because there's going to be quite a lot of announcements when it comes to Zoomtopia, particularly around the Zoom Spaces and Zoom Rooms. So we just announced, obviously we've had guest join with Teams has been out for quite some time now, but we have been working quite some time to try and get Google involved in that as well, which has been released, but we'll be talking a little bit more about that in Zoomtopia as well.
Yeah, that's interesting. Actually, there was a question about Zoomtopia and what people can expect, what's going to happen at Zoomtopia. So I guess a lot of things, maybe new release, and yes, stay tuned. It's really important. We have a question about Shimon is asking if we can do recording in breakout session. It's related to Zoom. Do you know that, Daire? Maybe.
If this is in rooms, then yes, you can record in breakout sessions in meetings in Zoom rooms. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Very well. What else? So let's wait. We have, there is a question. Can I purchase DTEN Mate alone?
Sure, I'll take that one. So so the DTEN Mate is now available alone. So it will look like the device that Romain just showed you. There's actually two versions. There's a Wi-Fi version and a PoE version. The difference is so anyone who requires to power via PoE, then obviously you would use the PoE version. That's a fixed version, so you wouldn't be able to pick it up and move it around the room like Romain just did there, because obviously it needs to be connected to the Ethernet. So that's genuinely tends to be used for the scheduler as well, where there's no battery in that unit, and so that's if you're positioning it outside a door and it's as a scheduler, it's going to be fixed. The Wi-Fi version obviously comes with the tablet, which is the battery in it, which enables you to move around the room, control the meeting like you just saw, and you just drop it back on the docking station when you're done. Okay. Good, thank you, Doug. Those work with any Zoom room. So again, the scheduler and controller work with any Zoom room. Okay, cool, very, very well. Another question from Ellie is asking about supporting multiple screen. So I think that's for DTEN and Zoom as well, Daire.
So is this for?
Well, I think he's mentioning about multiple. So I know that Zoom Room supports.
Zoom Rooms can support up to three screens, I believe. Yes. So that's completely possible. Yeah.
Okay. And DTEN, Doug, you can.
Yeah. So on the DTEN side, right? So on the DTEN side, our devices you can actually support an additional screen, but we have dual screen versions of the 55 and the 75 as well. So those come as like a separate product, which has got a single spec'd up compute unit to drive both devices. So that's a separate product. It's like the single, but it's a dual screen version. We do also support, if you want to have an additional screen driven off it, that also works on the D7 range.
Okay. Can I use DTEN for a large meeting room?
Absolutely, yes. So depending on the size, like you said, you've seen the 55 and the 75 there. If you go to dual 75, that generally goes into larger training rooms of kind of 20 plus. But depending on your preference for a single or dual screen option, you can leverage those different combinations using the 55s and the 75s. Usually for larger rooms, you're going 75.
Okay, okay, good, very well. All right, I think there is, we're asking about, okay, that's for you, Daire, there is, does Room require a different licensing program? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, good question. So the way the licensing works for Zoom rooms is that you're licensing the room essentially. So if you have, say, 10 conference rooms, you would need 10 Zoom room licenses, and that would look after your room in the sense of, you know, it would connect to your hardware. You'd have all the functionality like smart gallery and scheduling software. All of that would be included with that license. But then if you look at, I know we demonstrated things like workspace reservation there as well on the DTEN. Again, if you're looking to use things like workspace reservation, then that's a separate licensing model as well. So you'd be licensing desks essentially with that product.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that's that is the last question. So I would like to thank everyone, Doug, Romain, Daire. Thank you very much for participating. And also I want to thank Yael, our translator, here at this webinar. And we look forward to see you next time. Thank you very much.
Cheers, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.